Hey guys, my friend John dropped off this Gretsch. It's a baritone with a Bigsby type. Yep, that's a Bigsby licensed whammy Gretsch Electromatic. It's got a bolt-on neck, looks pretty sturdy there. Made in China. Weight feels pretty good. A baritone. So usually we tune these down. They're thicker strings, a longer scale, and the thick string is tuned to B typically. At least that's a starting point. You can also drop it down to A or wherever you want to tune it, but I start with B. Let's just see what the bridge pickup sounds like. Let's try both pickups. And the neck pickup. So I think we could definitely throw this on some recordings and really thicken up some tunes, man. The neck seems nice and straight. This is for sale, by the way. I need to sell it for my friend John, who is primarily a drummer, but he's a great bass player, and he practices guitar. He's getting better at guitar, and he buys guitars for a while, and then he kind of lets them go, and I help him move them on. But he keeps his guitars in perfect condition. So this is pretty much brand new condition. So if you want to get oriented with baritone, I think I would do fourths. Like if this E chord shape is a B, the fourth note in a B scale is E. So if you make an A, that is now E. So E equals B, A equals E, and here's how you tell a fourth. You just go up a major scale. That's a fourth. So that open A, it's going to equal an E, I'm very sure. So any A chord is now an E. Well, it looks like an A, physically, the shape. We're talking shape versus sound. So it's a little disorienting. Now, let's find the fourth of A. Or E. See what I mean? Here's E. So a D shape is an A. A, E, B. It takes you a while to get comfortable with that. In fact, I'm not comfortable with that. So again, here is B, here's E, here's A. If we keep going in fourths, what looks like a G is a D. So if we say key of D, 1, 2, ready, go, you play a G shape. You're going to get a D pitch. So let's review. We got B, E, A, D. If we go up a fourth, that's a G. What looks like a C is G. B. So that's G. What looks like F is C. F is C. Here's what looks like B flat, that's F. This looks like E flat, but it's B flat. What looks like A flat is E flat. What looks like D flat is A flat, I hope. I hope I'm not getting lost. I'll just keep going. What looks like G flat. I'm lost. What looks like G flat is D flat. Here's like what looks like B. That's gonna be an F sharp. And back to B. So those are fourths. Did I lose you? Well, I lost myself. So you have to kind of rebuild everything with when you learn this baritone guitar. But it's very cool if you're like, you know, layering in some guitars or recording. You're recording a project and you're like, we're missing something. What do we need? One more layer. What could it be? And then you're like, hey, there's a baritone sitting over there. So you grab it and you lay it on there. Or you can show up to a jam session and completely baffle everybody. It can be a disaster, but it's worth, if you're bored, try. It's like learning a new instrument. So if they say key of E, you play an A. If they say key of A, play a D. If they say key of D, play a G. If they say key of G, play a C. If they say play in the key of C, you play an F. So you have to transpose. That's the word I'm trying to find. And, you know, we use these in Surf Zombies. And so this thing does look cool. Its weight feels good, balance is good, neck is not too fat. Neck doesn't feel all bent and warped. It's in perfect shape. Could probably take like $450 for it if you're interested. Stop by. I'm probably not going to ship any guitars anymore. I just don't have the time to fight with UPS in case something gets damaged, which really doesn't happen very often, but I just don't have time to chase them down. UPS, they do a good job, but man, it's a full-time job if you have to file a claim, and I just don't want to do that. All right, so it's like about 100 degrees in Cedar Rapids. I went to a Stones tribute band rehearsal this morning. That was pretty fun. What else is going on? No gig tonight, canceled, or we had a calendar mishap, so I don't have to gig tonight. So I'm feeling pretty darn happy. Needed a little time off, so I'm just kind of doing whatever my wife asked me to do. So yeah, if you ever see a baritone guitar and you're kind of bored, you want to try add something to your collection. I usually get Dan Electros. Those are kind of my deal. So Dan Electros do the job for me, but I could see definitely tracking with this thing. I actually do have one part. I got a new album in the can. I just have a couple of little overdubs, so I might use this for just, I want to orchestrate one bridge in kind of an obscure little song that I barely remember writing, but it turned out pretty good, so it just needs a little more overdubbing, and I think I'll be done with that project, so I'll be talking about that album soon enough. And you know, but tell me what you're up to, and let me know what you're practicing, and if you have any ideas for any videos, I'll try to help you out. If it, I'm kind of geared for beginners and intermediate players that are just trying to learn lead guitar or some riffs or how things work. I've been a mediocre guitar player for about 50 years, so I've covered a lot of things and forgotten a lot of things, but every once in a while I really get in the groove and sound halfway good enough, so at least good enough to earn a living playing guitar. I mean, it's kind of intimidating. There's so many amazing guitar players out there, so don't let that get you down. Just play your style, play your own way. And just as my guitar teacher Eddie Angel says, stay in your lane, which is hard for me to do, but I'll try. Well, I was driving today, and I want to change lanes, and I thought, what would Eddie Angel say? Stay in your lane. Okay, I'll stay in my lane. It's safer there. All right. So thanks for letting me jabber. And if you're interested in a Gretsch Baritone, this is like $450. It's pretty cool. Or look at Dan Electro's or any other baritone you want. They're pretty cool. But you wouldn't want to play it every day. You want to have, it's sort of a specialty instrument. But it's nice to have one. All right. Keep practicing. Thank you.